this rapidly changing world, it's becoming harder and harder to stand out. That's why we believe companies need a helping hand that gets them noticed and makes their customers stick. That is why we of Grafityp create self-adhesive products that catch the eye. But what's even more important, we listen. We listen to your needs and suggestions, because we know you're looking for a flexible partner who can deliver according to your needs. We have been around for over 50 years, a half-century of practicing what we preach. A tradition of creating the best possible solution for your application. We make self-adhesive products that stick and will make your brand stick in the heads of your customers. We are Grafityp. Grafityp makes you stick.
Hello everybody, I am Patrick Nijs, I'm the CEO of Grafityp. I'm now standing next to our state-of-the-art cast extruder for PVC-free films. And that's all what we're going to talk about today, about sustainability and PVC-free films. I'm really excited to do this live webinar to show you more about Grafityp as a sustainable pioneer and the producer of PVC-free films. Now I want to pass the word to Peter.
Thank you, Patrick, and also welcome in my name. So, as he said, I'm Peter, and I'm going to try to explain you everything about the sustainability of Grafityp and its products. But we also have an agenda for today about practical information how this webinar will go. We talk about facts and figures, sustainability challenges towards 2030, ecological benefits of PVC-free films compared to PVC films. We talk about all our PVC-free range, tips and tricks to cut and print the film. So, about the facts and the figures, we are existing already 75 years. That means 3 generations of family. We had the founder of the company, which was Mr. Herman Bosman Sr. After him, there was his son, Herman, and now today it's their daughter, Patricia, and Brigitte, who runs the company. We have 3 big product families, which is sign-making films, wrapping films, and also print media and laminates. We are producing on a huge place. It's about 65,000 square meters, and in that hall we have about 50,000 rolls of vinyl. And you can do such a lot of things with it. We export to 62 countries all over the world. You can see now a view all over the factory. On the right side, for me it's the left side, but your right side, we have the production factory. On the left side, you have all the stock and the warehouse and the offices. About sustainability, I can tell you a few years ago, we saw that the United Nations created Sustainable Development Goals. It's about 17 icons you can choose to put them in your own company. And we divided them on 3 pillars. First pillar is people. We invest to improve the well-being of all our employees. Equal opportunities for all genders, and we have more than 10 nationalities working in our company. We have female shareholders, they are members of the board, and also in the management team meetings, we have a lot of women and men together working. We also have ergonomic offices where people can very kindly work, and they can also rent a bike through our company, which we support as well. Our second pillar is the planet. Our goal is to reduce our CO2 emission with 40% in 2030. We have about 1,200 solar panels on the roofs of our buildings, and our own water purification plant we also have. We have electric charging stations for 6 visitors, and that will be more in the future. All our company cars are electric, and we recover all the rainwater to reuse it, and 100% purification of combustion gases. In our profit system, we have a unique company development system of PVC-free plotter films. And also, we will invest in the future to go on this path. We have a training center for our customers and all users of our products. And in innovation, we also are looking for new technologies. All our materials are packed in FSC certified packaging and printing films. What is for the whole society actually the challenge towards 2030? Consumers are very critical, and there is a growing focus on sustainability and health. The society has an evolution from consuming society to reusing raw materials and goods with a longer life cycle. And the financial world is also looking at that market because sustainability is becoming an important asset as a business, with the result that banks often start making investment forms containing sustainable companies or organizations. And the future brings a focus on the experience of a product, the well-being for people, and the preservation of nature in all its aspects. So, which are the ecological advantages of PVC-free films compared to PVC vinyls? They are 100% recyclable. There are no phthalates in it, no pesticides. They are chlorine-free. We don't use solvent on our PVC-free films, and they are, of course, REACH conform. And every PVC-free film has a fire certificate. And there's no harmful substances during combustion. And we have a European fire certificate on all our PVC-free films. For us, as a sustainable pioneer, the reduction of our ecological footprint, as well as the reduction of our carbon footprint, is priority. That's why we've conducted an LCA study assessed by NPERAS, who's specialized in eco-footprint assessments. In our assessment, we focused on the cradle-to-gate model. It's an LCA model that assesses a product's environmental footprint from raw materials extraction until it leaves the factory gate. When we look at the study, we can see 2 important conclusions. The ecological footprint is 20% to 30% less when producing GEF print media compared to the PVC-containing print media, depending on the EOL status and type of product. As we look at the GWP, which means global warming potential, and which allows the comparison of the global warming impacts of different gases, you can also say it's the carbon footprint. The GEF print media resulted into about 37% GWP benefit compared to monomeric PVC print media. What about recycling of our own waste? Because the production waste of our polyolefin film is 100% recyclable. It is therefore important to collect the plastics separately at source. Separating the material from residual waste also saves waste costs. What are the characteristics of our PVC-free products? Well, we have more than 15 years of experience. And for every application, we have PVC-free variants. We have our fire certificates, and as it is cast like a PVC cast film, it is no shrinkable. It has no shrinkage. The color warranty of our products is about 5 years, and all our adhesive is semi-permanent water-based. So where can you use all those products in the market? We have a wide variety of applications. You can put it in the sign-making films, you can have etched glass films, printable films, car wrap films. Let's talk about the first one that we have developed about 15 years ago. That was a sign-making film. We have it in two versions. It's a GEF matte in 34 colors and GEF gloss in 34 colors. Applications, you can use it indoor and outdoor. You can put it on displays, on boards, everywhere in rooms, windows and mirrors. On the second place, we have our etched glass films. We have two versions, one with air escape and another without air escape. It's called EFTR01 or X01. Same applications on windows and mirrors. For digital printing, we have developed a lot of films. We have started a few years ago with GEF ES, which is for eco-solvent. We have GEF UV for UV print and GEF latex for latex printing. Later on, a few years ago, we started also with glossy one, which is the 112S. We also have one with air escape, which is ultra removable, which is the GEF X13UR. The GEF X140 removable. With gray adhesive, we have the 160R, and we also have for wall decoration a film with high-tech adhesive, which is the GEF 116HD, all for shop decoration, wall decorations, even for displays. One of the many applications that we once realized was this for the Red Devils, our national soccer team. Another film that we have is the PU50C, which is used for car wrapping, and you can print on it. We have a guarantee of 10 years on this film. And of course, on every printable film, there is a laminate. We have a matte laminate, we have a satin laminate, a gloss laminate, and the gloss laminate for our wrapping films. There is no shrinkage on this film, and there are, of course, no plasticizers in it. It doesn't only protect your film, but it gives also a special finish, which can be matte, satin or gloss. And also, we have in R&D a special film, which is actually an antibacterial PVC-free laminate. So let's go to some tips and tricks to cut our PVC-free material and also to print and laminate our PVC-free material. For cutting, the standard knife is a 36-degree knife for cutting this material. You also have to put your cutting speed about 300 millimeters by second. And your knife pressure, you have to put on 90 grams. Besides that, you have to respect the guidelines of the manufacturer at all times. For printing our PVC-free film, you have to respect all these rules, because how to minimize curling, especially on a latex printer with a high heat. You have to respect the drying guidelines of the manufacturer. Place the film directly onto the roll-up mechanism and do not leave it hanging, because then it will curl. use the temperature settings mentioned in the color profiles and don't use too high temperature. Print all the jobs at once and roll printed parts always outwards and leave the rolled up prints on the tube for a day. How you can avoid head crashes on your printer? Well, you can avoid that by printing all the jobs at once. Don't roll back a curved film and remove the material from the printer when it's not in use. Which are the tips and tricks to laminate? You only have to respect the drying guidelines of the manufacturer of your ink and do not exaggerate the tension of the roll. So thank you, Walter. This was the end of our presentation. I see we also have some questions already, so we go over to our Q&A. So this was interesting, and I run very quickly now into the woods, you know? I'm here in the Hallerbos, that's near Brussels. A lot of tourists are coming to that wood, and yes, they like to see the crocuses, and they are now having flowers. Well, it's at the end, but yeah, just a piece of Belgium. But anyhow, this was a joke, because this is a print. And the print is on a PVC-free material, which is the GEF 160 HT, which has a high-tech adhesive. What happens with the waste during production, but also with, or when applying, is somebody asking me. You have seen the machine in the factory where Patrick showed you how all it works. Well, just near the machine, we have big bags where we have all the waste that we have from the production, and we put it in that bag. And there is a company who is coming looking for it and recycle it, or they are making even other products of it. So I hope this is an answer to your question. What happens with the material that you have applied? Well, I can assure you that there are a lot of companies at this moment looking for returning materials or recycling materials. And in Holland, for example, we have a company which is called vinylrecycling.com. They are putting bags with sign makers, and the sign makers can put their waste material on the back, and this kind of companies are looking for the material and getting up and recycling it. So a lot of things are happening, and I'm sure that in the future there will be new industries who are focused on this kind of recycling. Another question I see on the screen is, what is the share of GEF films within your portfolio? Well, today we have developed already about 10% of all our products in PVC-free products. And of course the future asks us, and also big companies asks us, to look more and more in this kind of production and this kind of products. And I'm sure in a short time we will grow in this portfolio of products. And actually, I think in long term that a lot of monomeric products will disappear and will be changed by GEF products. I see another question on the screen. We saw in the beginning of our webinar the PVC-free machine. So that means you have production in-house. Yes, of course. I can tell you that about 18 years ago, Mr. Bosman Sr. had already a revolutionary idea to focus on PVC-free materials. And in that time, he took contact with a company who produced this machine exclusively for us. And we started with the production of plotter films. So that was the first part of the webinar that we have showed you. So we made 34 colors in matte, 34 colors in gloss. And later on, of course, with the printing, we also created all the printables and all the PVC-free laminates. What future brings, I already can tell you that we are investigating to enlarge our production of this kind of materials in extra machines. So it will be a big investment, but I think that is the future. Is there another question? Yes, there's a new question. Is the GEF film less flexible than the PVC vinyls? Okay, so yes, the GEF film is less flexible than PVC vinyls. Why? Because you don't have phthalates in the material, as I explained, and you don't have softeners in the material, as there are, of course, in PVC. And that makes the material a little bit stiffer. So you have seen in the film of Walter that you need to apply other rules by cutting the material and laminating as well. So yes, it's less flexible than PVC. I see another question coming in. What are the widths of the roll offered by Grafityp? Well, of course, in plotter films, we have the standard width, which is 122 centimeter, meter, sorry, 1.22 meter for plotter films. But as well, we have it in half size, so that means 61 centimeter. On the other hand, the printables are also conform with what the market asks us, and that means it's also available in 137 and 152. But to have those details, you better go to your purchasing department to see which ones we have in both sizes. I see another question. Are these videos available on the Grafityp app when downloaded? On the app, I don't think so. You can, on the app, you can click go to grafityp.com, and then you come on the website, and through that app, you come on the website, and then you can see the videos. It's a little bit confusing, but we are looking for putting this better online. You have to go to downloads, and under downloads, you have a lot of items. There are ACC profiles and this kind of things. And in that term downloads, you can find video. And when you click on video, you see all the application videos that we ever made and we shall made. So through the app, go to grafityp.com, and then on the website, go to this point of the website. So thank you very much, and hope see you soon using GEF or PVC-free products of Grafityp. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for your presentation, and thank you for watching us. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to contact us. I'm convinced that with our PVC-free films, we can make the world of visual communication more sustainable.